What is up, everybody? Sorry, Craig, we should have organised who was going to talk first.
Doesn't matter.
I was like, what is up, everybody? To the massive audience that have tuned in already, we've got actually 7's pretty good for ESK8 Oz. We've got to say that straight away. Danny's in the chat. Craig Taylor's in the chat. That crazy kid. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm sort of taking over. I'll let Craig talk in a second. Craig talked to me about a week ago about this idea of making a video on our top tips of traveling and experiencing ESK8Con. And I said to Craig, let's make it a live stream. And then we sort of went backwards and forth and so on. And then we had a really cool idea to reach out to some people who we know well in the industry and ask them for their top tips as well. So I think this will be a reasonably quick live stream, hopefully. As I said, the more people who join and the more people who chuck comments in or questions or their own tips, we'll discuss, we'll deliberate, we'll argue maybe. But we'll share the top tips from some of the ESK8 owners, some racers, and some just generally cool people. So, Craig, take it away. Do you have anything you want to say before we kick it off? I know we'll just chit-chat while we wait for a few people to join.
I think, people who are already in, thanks for joining in. ESK8 Oz is a bit of a love child of mine, and Scott suggested we make it into its own channel, which
I am still waiting for DNA testing on that one.
Which is a great idea, and I think it's a really good independent platform to line up with the Facebook page and so forth, and put all these details together. So rather than just be me talking crap, it's Scott as well. So Scott is the co-host and runs it with me. So it's awesome to have this and have a location that we can talk ESK8 whenever we want about anything without having to promote or do anything else. It's just for the love of ESK8. So
exactly. Dallas has joined us in the chat as well. Dallas, Electric DNA.
Hey,
how is your Meepo MLR going? I want to talk to you offline about that because I'm loving mine, but I've got some suggestions for the board.
I saw some of the boys. One of us was Chris over in WA yesterday. Or it was.
Yep.
He was out on his and absolutely cracking it on the T race. So he's been out there just giving it a good run. So it's nice to watch online and see what's happening. I got to get out to Taz too. Taz won the photo cover for ESK8 Oz again this month.
Oh, so, he just put me, didn't he? By 2 or...
I think Taz gets his family to log in and get it.
Oh, I was going to create some fake accounts. I know people who know how to create fake accounts. I was going to get them to show me how to do it and vote for myself. Before we get started, Danny has already had a fantastic suggestion. For you guys who don't know, Danny Black's in the chat. Really awesome YouTuber and musician. He's actually coming back to ESK8Con again. Whilst he's over there, he's doing a few other things as well, which is really cool. He's very involved with Amazon and so on. He is flying on the same flight as us. So we all just happen to be on the same plane, the same tin can, and we all have lounge access in Vancouver. So he's just suggested a party in the Air Canada Lounge, which I wholeheartedly agree with.
G'day, Brandon. Good to see you here, mate.
Yeah, Taz has just said he voted for himself after seeing your vote. Oh, did I vote for myself? Okay, I didn't even mean to. How funny. All right, Scotty in the chat. Hey, guys, this will be my first year. I can't wait. So I don't know who Scotty is. Hopefully, we'll get to meet him over in Vegas.
I hope not, Dan. I'll be probably wanting to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we've got 9 people watching, so let's not get in the way. Let's just jump straight in and I guess get the ball rolling because, like I said, we want to keep it reasonably short and sharp.
Yep, absolutely.
First of all, ESK8Con is, I think it's just this massive commitment for anybody who wants to go, right? Whether you are in America or you're in the UK or you're coming from Switzerland, like I think one of the guys did, or Sweden, I get confused. I know they're very different. There's a whole heap of things that you need to take into account. So I guess our top tip, we're just going to break it down between 2 months, a few weeks out and so on. And Craig and I will sort of go back and forth, chuck your tips in as well. We've got a couple I know people have shared in Facebook around cheap eats, which we'll share.
Yep,
but yeah, because Vegas can be expensive. You can lose your soul and your money.
When we get into that, I'll tell you all about a little story on the way through.
Okay. All right. So let's just jump straight in. 2 months out, what should you be doing? Because ESK8Con is under 2 months away. It's 55 days from the official start. 52 days, I think, 53 days from when we fly out. So it's coming up really, really quickly. So what should you be doing right now besides watching this live stream?
Well, I think, Scott, you and I put a bit of a list together, and I think we should just hook straight into that. And I think the first thing is make sure you've got your leave sorted for work or wherever you're coming from, and make sure people who know you, love you, care about you, know where you're going. Because obviously, if you are traveling from the other side of the world, like we are, you need to make sure people are aware and just book that leave in and make sure they know you're not coming back for a week or two, and you'll be in Vegas doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, the amount of comments I see on our videos or on other videos or on Facebook pages saying, "Oh, I can't come. My leave didn't get approved." If your boss doesn't know you're going now, you're leaving it late. So book your leave, get that sorted ASAP. If you're unemployed, make sure you've got money put aside for the travel and the accommodation.
Yep, absolutely. Are we going to go through the list, Scott, or should we just...
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, 100%, go for it.
And to arrive as early as possible. Now, this one, I think we arrive on the Tuesday afternoon, Scott?
Well, yeah, Tuesday afternoon. We can sort of talk to both ends of this, because I think the first year we arrived a bit early. We arrived on Sunday, I think, from memory.
Yep.
And it was like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It was good to acclimatize, but Vegas is one of those cities where you don't need downtime, if that makes sense. It really don't. We could have got on Wednesday morning and we would have been good to go for our group ride on Wednesday night. That first one with the bikes in the first year. So this year we're coming in a couple of days later. We are arriving Tuesday night. But that's purely because the flights that get in on Wednesday would be too late. We'd miss that first group ride, and we don't want to miss that Wednesday one. So plan to get there. Yeah. So as soon as you're booking your travel, just assume and know that there will be a group ride on Wednesday. It will be the big downtown bike one that is back again this year. So if you are really keen on group rides, make sure you get there lunchtime Wednesday. Yeah.
Absolutely. And jumping from there straight into tickets. So
this is a big one.
A few areas here. ESK8 tickets, I believe, may have gone off the discount by now. Scott, I can't hear you. We've lost you. So I think it was the 31st of Jan. So in the US, it might still be okay, but I'm not sure. So if you haven't got your ESK8 tickets, race tickets, and all the rest of it, get in there and get them now, just in case they may have gone up already. So I think that was a bit of a cutout. 4 more hours for the discount. Thank you very much for that, because I know in Australia we're in the first, so we'd all be thinking, oh, it's done already, but it's actually not, because it's the end of the 31st in the US. So
am I back? Can you hear me again?
For that, I can hear you, but only you're a bit low.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing. All right, so let's get into the other thing. Tickets for airlines. Obviously, if you're flying, make sure you're looking for discounts. There were some really good discounts a little while ago, so look out for discounts for your airfares and airlines. I think Skyscanner and a few of the others actually do some really good comparisons on different flights and accessibility for flights. I know that Scott and I hunted for about a month and a half before we got a good deal, and it was literally, I think it was on New Year's Day sale or New Year's Eve sale or something crazy like that.
I mean, not as good a deal as Danny Black, but still a pretty good deal.
I don't know what Danny got, but Danny probably got something excellent.
It was ridiculously cheap. But also look at combining things. So, and it flows into the next one around the hotel. The hotel, the track is pretty much the same location as last year. So a lot of us are staying at the Golden Nugget again. But go on websites like, I think it's like Agoda, and you can actually book flights and accommodation. And when you do that, a lot of it will get subsidized. So the flights will be cheaper, or the hotel will be cheaper when you book it together. So if you haven't already booked,
that's a great comment there too, Scott. If you haven't used Agoda before and you're a first-time user and your first-time booking or whatever, they will give you massive discounts. So I saved about 900 Australian dollars on a combination package on a first user for Agoda. So I'd never used it before. So Danny's $700 USD round trip. Excellent airfares.
Really just want to address a question in the comments really quickly from Scotty. Not me. When is the Red Rock ride? I arrived Thursday at noon. There probably isn't going to be an official Red Rock ride this year, because last year's one was too big, too out of control, and the guys got in a lot of trouble. They will replace it with something else. I know there's talk of a wetlands ride. That's not to say people can't organize their own. but I don't think there will be an official Red Rock ride this year. I already know 2 or 3 groups who are organising their own to go out at different times. So if Red Rock is on your list, get into the group chats and make sure you tag along with one of the groups that are going, but there won't be an official one this year.
Yeah, absolutely not. So it is one thing that everybody wants to know about because it is an amazing ride. But there were some people last year that did some things that we're not supposed to do. I think there was actually people interacting with some of the local wildlife.
Yeah.
And that's a no-go zone in the parks over there. So if you are doing Red Rocks, stay away from the animals and the flora fauna if you can. And if you do silly enough to do something, be aware there are big fines and potential imprisonment, I think. So just things to be known. And I think that's one of the things that they got into trouble for because there was people under their 40-person banner. Now, I honestly don't know how many people there were, but there was probably, I don't know, 400 plus. Anyway, moving right along. Tickets, yes. Hotel.
It was Dylan's fault. He got arrested for being too awesome. Yeah.
Dylan. Sorry.
I was gonna say it was the ratio of dreadlock skill level was too low, right? His skill was too high for the length of the dreadlock. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, could have been. I think the real thing of that was there was and Dylan was awesome. I mean, Dylan got pulled over because he was filming Liam, who is the builder of Radium boards, performance boards. He was actually filming him on the outside of the lane, and he was actually blocking cars. So he got pulled over and said, "Look, guys." And then they heard our accents and were like, "Oh, we're sorry, you're Australian. Get out of here."
Exactly. All right, moving on. Let's keep going really quickly. The next one's just be a real rapid fire. Your voice is
still a little low.
All right, now. How's that? Is that better?
A little bit better, but it's a bit off.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
I can turn it up. How's that? Better?
Now turn it right up then.
Yeah. How's that? Is that better?
Yes, I can hear you well enough now.
Oh, stop your bloody complaining. All right.
Jesus.
Next one's we're just going to do rapid fire. Jump in if you want to, Craig. If you're traveling internationally, check your passports and any applicable visas. If you're coming into America, most people, you do need to have a visa to travel. You do need to have a valid passport, so make sure you've got a valid passport right now. That almost caught me out on year one. Some passports, you have to have a minimum of 6 months on it from the day you arrive back as well. So don't think, oh sweet, it arrives 2 days after I get back. They won't let you travel on a passport that's that close to expiring. So check your passports. Travel insurance, if you're traveling and you do want to have insurance, make sure that's booked now, because that will also cover the flights and the hotel you've paid for. So get that travel insurance now. Don't wait till the day before, because if you come down with COVID or if you can't travel. On
that, just a quick variance on that, Scott. Make sure electric skateboarding is covered in your travel insurance. It won't cover racing unless you get racing.
Exactly, yeah.
Get it, but it will cover you out in the streets and going for a ride and going to grab a coffee or dinner, whatever, or doing the rides.
Craig and I always use Covermore in the PDS. It's specifically for that skateboarding, and we've spoken to their representatives, and they have given us verbal and written confirmation that electric skateboarding is the same. So we're good there with Covermore. Use Scott D for a discount. No, I'm only joking. When you're booking your flights, make sure you got enough time in between connecting flights. Even if the airline says, yeah, you're fine, go with your gut. We got caught in Vancouver, so we only had a 3-hour window, and we sat on Vegas for 3 hours, so we completely missed that. And the last one I'll just talk about for travel, and this is the last one I really for 2 months out, is currency exchange. If you are traveling internationally and you're bringing money in, don't do it in your country, do it in America, because you actually you get a better rate in America because they're not transporting the funds to your country. So you'll get a couple of, we're not talking, extra dollars here, but 10, 20 cents can make a huge difference if you're transferring, 1,000, 2,000 or 20,000 like Mr. Black. So every cent counts, when you're doing that money.
So 20,000 on Black?
Yeah, 20,000 on Black, yeah. All right, great, moving on. Next one is the board, right? So you need to have a decision. If you are traveling to ESK8, what board are you going to ride, race? What are you going to do?
And how are you going to get it there? So I've got to say, Fred, ESK8 Unity did an excellent video the other day about shipping your boards locally in the US. And if you haven't seen it, jump on ESK8 Unity, go and have a look at it. It is really, really detailed around how to get the best discounts, printing labels and all the rest of it, and where you can do it.
The prices he was getting compared to other people was almost half.
Almost half.
Yeah, exactly. So
and right across the other side of the US. So, look, go and visit ESK8 Unity and have a look at that, because it was actually an excellent video. And I gotta say, I watched it a couple of times just to get the heads up on what he's doing. And he really was saving big on that shipment. And also now don't ship it to eboards. They won't be able to receive it. If they do receive it, you probably won't get the board until Friday or Saturday, or Friday morning maybe, because they've got to do all the transport from eboards out.
And they're not gonna, like, they had so many issues last year where people were demanding their boards, and they're like, well, we're busy getting ESK8 on your boards in the back of the truck. You know, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. If it's in the back of the truck, they're not going to unload it. So reach out to whatever hotel you're staying at. I know for a fact that you can send large parcels to the Golden Nugget. It does cost. They do charge you by weight, but it's not earth-shattering. I think last year I had the Nomad N1. I think I had 2 of them sent to my room, and it was like $40 US for them to receive it, hold it, and deliver it to my room the same day we checked in, which is amazing service. But go on the website and just read how to do it. There are specific rules you have to follow to get the board sent to the hotel.
Yeah, and just on saying that, I know Jacob and Mike had a podcast on the other week, and they were talking about they've still got. I think Jacob said he's got 2 or 3 boards still in from last year's ESK8 that haven't been able to return because of the going through eboard. So it's just something to be mindful of. One other thing, go
for it. Yep.
With visas, if you're traveling through countries. So, for example, Scott and I are traveling through Canada. And we've got to get a visa for Canada. So, and it's just because we're transiting through the lounge, but at the same time, we have to have it just in case something goes wrong, and we have to then go out of the airport and stay at a hotel or something. So make sure if you're doing cross country, make sure you get visas for those countries.
Yep, spot on.
Next one, Scott.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys there.
I'm gonna get into hotel and track. So
side note, let me just say one thing. I don't think I've officially said this. I am coming.
No, you haven't actually. You haven't told public.
Because last year I said, I'm not coming again. That's it. And then I've got massive FOMO. I've seen the new site. I've seen the track. I am officially coming. So yeah, I just thought I'd better let people know that. So I'm not like, why is this guy even talking? He's not coming.
Now, I'm going to say one other thing. Danny skated for ESK8 last year. Well, he didn't. Yeah, he did. And his lovely partner, wife, Emma was on a scooter and came around for all the rides, and it was great to have her there. And so if your partner wants to come and she's not keen, but she can ride a scooter or a bike, bring your bike out, bring your scooter out, bring your partner along, and make a weekend out of it with your family if you want to as well.
100%. Anyway, just before we go too much further, I just want to play this because Dina is here. I'm just going to play this really quickly. I'm not going to play her whole segment. We're going to save that for later.
Yeah, exactly.
You focus on your shit over there, okay?
I can't focus
I'm an artist, okay? I'm an artist.
Sorry,
all right, we'll send this part in with the video.
All right. Turning into Eric.
What?
I love the behind the camera scene stuff, especially hearing the professor and Jimmy just laying to us.
Absolutely awesome.
We're going to play Dina's top tip shortly, and it's actually really, it's a legitimately good one. So we'll share that really soon. Go for it. What were we going to say?
All right, what are we up to? We're up to hotel and track. So if you don't know where the track is, it is the World Fair Center. I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? Oh, hell.
Just don't say it. Just don't say the World Trade Center.
No, it's not. No, it's
similar. It's similarly called. It's a similar name, isn't it? Like
I know
Vegas Trade Center or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look on their website. It's actually almost closer than the Llama Lot was to.
I think it actually is closer. You literally turn out of the back of the Golden Nugget at the top of Fremont, and basically go a little bit. You turn left. You go under the bridge, and now there is a pedestrian walkway or pathway under that bridge. So if you don't want to be on the road, there is actually a pathway that goes under the bridge. So you can walk under there or skate under there if you want to slowly. Or we've bombed under that thing, that bridge in the middle of the night. And then literally as you get out underneath the bridge, you turn left. And it's
that's the tunnel. That's the tunnel where I hit that bit of car, right? And almost
that is that same place where you hit that piece of car. Yeah, doing I don't know what
Oh,
speed,
but-
but you were flying because I was trying to catch up to you.
Yeah, full tip on the N3, so about 55, 60.
But if you come out the other side of the tunnel and you turn left, it is just there. So
Yeah,
the Golden
super
Nugget, the plaza at the top end of Fremont is literally within, I think it's 800 meters or 750 meters or something of the actual track. So if you're with everyone else, everybody that we know is pretty much staying at the Golden Nugget. So it is very close. I'm not sure whether the plaza's been redone, but I'm not sure what that quality is like. There's the D, there's Circa, there's a whole heap of hotels at the top end of Fremont.
Book anywhere in downtown, you'll be fine. But
you'll be fine.
We can all safely recommend the Nugget. It's clean. I mean, I thought it was clean.
This is year 3.
The staff are lovely. You know, there's good places to eat all around it. So go for it. Pizza, don't eat at the hotel. You'll pay a lot of money if you eat at the hotel. There's loads of good places to eat just outside the front door.
Dina just said that part of the video was supposed to be cut out, but too bad.
I know. You send it in. Hey, you send it in. You send it in.
All right.
Let's so 1 week before, or a few weeks before ESK8, there's a couple of tips that we've both experienced, we've both learned from. The first one is take it easy. Like, now's not the time to be breaking land speed records. Sure, you want to be fine tuning your style and so on, which we'll see shortly as a recommendation. But take it easy. You don't want an injury. You don't want to have to cancel your flights, and we don't have to travel over with a broken leg or that, because it's not enjoyable.
Yeah, there's been a few people over the last couple of years that we've been going. We've heard the week before they travelled out, they were practicing, and because they shipped their board, they were practicing on another board and had a muck up. So take it easy. Get all your practice in a couple of weeks before you're going, and then send your board and just roll on and just enjoy having a little bit of downtime before you go and just run amok for 3, 4, 5 days straight.
Yep. Next one, test pack, pre-pack. Your protective gear will take up a lot more space than you realize. Craig and I, again, because we come for a long time, we take 2 full-size suitcases plus a carry-on, and one suitcase is just like my Beyond roll-in, my Beyond Rider's jacket, my Beyond Rider's pants, my knee guards, my helmet split in half, and a few other things. That's just one suitcase. And then the second suitcase is my shorts and my t-shirt and, my hairbrush to get my hair brushed and all my face creams.
If you're going to take a full face helmet, look at the case that you're going to take. So pro tip, your case that you're taking, if you're traveling, may not be deep enough to take your full face helmet if you're bringing a dot full face helmet. So make sure you actually put your helmet in your suitcase, make sure you can think, and then pack the inside of your helmet with clothes or t-shirts or whatever you want to do. Use the space up, because you are going to run out of space. It's guaranteed. I think I've got 40 kilos assigned and 14 kilos of carry on. So it's just ridiculous. The amount of weight, it's just silly. Anyway. But test pack, because I know the anxiety of traveling to Vegas from here. I literally am packing for a whole week beforehand, trying to check weights.
Yeah, exactly. If you're driving, make sure your car is ready to rock and roll. Make sure it's serviced. Make sure you're not low on oil and water and all that sort of stuff. It's those little things that can ruin your week. If you're coming from Canada, I was gonna say Canada. If you're coming from Canada or California, like Eric and Carlos and Jimmy and all those guys do, the last thing you want is to blow an engine, overheat, get a puncture. So make sure the car is ready to rock and roll. Make sure it's serviced. Make sure you know what you're doing with that.
Yep. And to talk about driving, again, I know I'm speaking to a lot of people who come out from different parts of the country and even Canada. Carpool. If you know people in the local area are traveling from the same place and you ride with them, you skate with them, then see if you can carpool, share a car that's somebody who's got a good car. Make sure you chip in for all fuel and all the rest of it, and you go together. Yeah. Always a good thing.
And the last thing is charge your board before you get there, especially if you're arriving on the same day or right before a group ride. We've seen people the last 2 years arrive Wednesday afternoon or an hour before the group ride, and not be able to come, or only come for the first 20 minutes because their board's flat. So charge your shred lights, charge your board, charge your remote, and when you get there, top it up if you need to, and hit the ground running. That's a big one. You don't want to miss out on that. If you're coming specifically for that first group ride, you don't want to miss out on it.
And Drew's just put in there one pair of underwear. You can wear it 4 different ways.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I'm going to play
front to back again.
I'm going to play our first guest video from Jarvan, the owner of Propel. Here is Jarvan's top tip.
Hi, this is Jarvan, the owner of Propel EV. My first tip to ESK8 is to attend the group ride. It's awesome. You'll never experience a group ride like this. I went last year. I love it. And I'll be back this year.
So first thing, that snow is insane.
It looks so good on camera too.
I thought it was a background. I was like, man, what software are you using? And secondly, exactly what he said. When he left Vegas, when he left ESK8, he would not shut up about the group rides. Yeah, he loved having a booth there. He loved meeting his customers. He loved helping the customers at the booth with whatever questions they had about their specific board. But he absolutely loved the group rides. He could not.
I've got to say, on the strip ride, when we're heading towards the strip, he was just at the bottom, near the bottom of the tower.
Yep.
And he stopped, and I come up towards him, and the smile on his face was so big.
Yeah.
It was just awesome, and he was just so happy. I think the biggest takeaway for him was that go on all the group rides that you can get on, go and experience Vegas, meet people, because the group sizes are just awesome. All right, exactly. I'm going to jump again.
James has joined us, Cincinnati ESK8, live from Vegas. He's in the chat.
Oh, James!
He will be one of the guys to watch this year. Team Mad on his board. He's got lots of training going on, so watch out for James. He's
killing it. He's out there smashing. He's down on the time trials as well, so it's going to be interesting to see from his T-race practicing and stuff where he sits this year.
Exactly,
I think he took a 3rd overall or something at one of the big race meetings over there.
Yeah,
we're in Australia. We don't get to see a lot of the stuff.
Doesn't count here anyway. All right, moving on. Okay, so now really this is one you should already be doing, but leading into, I guess, the week of or at ESK8 arriving into Vegas, make sure you're following ESK8 and all their Instagrams and their socials, because that's where they'll be announcing changes, last minute things. What are you laughing at?
I'm just looking at the chat going on around this as well.
What's up, though? Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah. What? I didn't even know it snowed in China. How bad's that? I had to ask him. I said, are you in China or Switzerland? Yeah. So make sure you follow all the appropriate socials, but the main one would definitely be Craig Taylor YouTube and Scott Davis YouTube, obviously. No, I'm joking. ESK8 on their Facebook and their Instagram, because that's where they will put updates, changes to schedules, anything like that. So follow them. So as soon as you arrive, you know if there's a group ride happening, and that's where people will post things as well. So jump into there, make sure you follow them.
The other thing, watch Wolfpack, ESK8 Wolfpack, because the Wolfpack are always sharing what's going on. Thomas ESK8 Nomad, Drew Elliott, and that. So just make sure you're watching it, and because
we'll chuck the link below so people just keep up with it. We'll do little live videos and post what we're doing, where we're going, and
ESK8 Instagram page and Facebook page are always hammering discounts. I think Mike Beard posted there this morning about tickets and stuff. So keep up with it. All right.
The one thing we won't share is our favorite breakfast spot, because that's secret and we don't want to get busy.
It's in the wrong direction now, isn't it?
Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah,
right, next tip for whilst you're at ESK8, you're in Vegas, keep your board charged. Like when you get home at 2 a.m. and you've been out ride all night, chuck it on charge, because you never know when another ride will pop off. You never know when you'll get that text, like in Fast and Furious 2, I want to say, where Brian gets called out to race Suki. You never know when it's going to come in, so keep your board charged. Make sure you're ready to rock and roll. Take a backpack. You can talk about this one if you want. This is
I was going to say, I know ESK8 Unity, Fred and that, they basically arrived, and then within 20 minutes later, they were out in their boards in the middle of the night. So, and they arrived late one year. And so, yeah, absolutely. Got to keep all your gear charged. Make sure you're ready for the next morning.
Yep, 100%. Oh, and then speak of the devil, he's in the chat. There's Fred now. We just spoke about your video, Fred.
Yeah, we've been plugging your packing your board for ESK8 and shipping it video, Fred. So yeah, get on, follow ESK8 Unity, have a look at his channel because he did an excellent video of how to ship your board across the country.
Yeah, exactly. Another tip for at ESK8 is take a backpack because you don't know what the weather's going to be like, and it is very much like Melbourne. It's 4 seasons in one day we've discovered there. So you may need a t-shirt, you may need a raincoat, you may need bloody woolly slippers, but you'll also get a whole heap of free stuff. That's one really awesome thing about ESK8 is the merch. You know, Craig's got his hat on. I've got a bucket full of hats and t-shirts. Take a backpack, have something to put the stuff in. There you go. Well, you won't get that. That's limited.
Don't get that. That's
but bring a backpack or something to put the stuff in because there's key rings, there's hats, there's t-shirts, there's patches. There's so much stuff. So bring a backpack. Be prepared to spend the whole day there. Make sure you got some.
I was watching someone another thing the other day saying, I'm ready for a new wardrobe, so I'm heading to ESK8 to get my upgraded wardrobe. And I think Drew said it as well.
Yep.
I live in my t-shirts that I got from the last ESK8, so I've got to go back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've just ordered some ones to bring for you guys, the Wolfpack again, so you'll be able to get those. There'll be some new t-shirts for you to wear. And here's a really big one. Here's a really big tip, and this is Yvonne who works at OMW board, who I fictionally named On My Way board, and it was never supposed to mean that. But here's Yvonne's top tip for ESK8.
Hi, this is Yvonne from OMW Boards. My top tip for you to go to ESK8 is to bring your cameras, no matter it's Insta360, DJI, or GoPro, because you will be experiencing the most exciting electric skateboard racing events, and you will be able to join multiple group rides with beautiful views in Las Vegas. So enjoy your riding and have fun.
Absolutely.
So, 100%. Like bring cameras for memories. And I think we're obviously content creators, so we bring cameras, but the amount of people's videos that I see after the event and go, oh man, what amazing footage! Oh, look at that angle.
I missed that. Where was I when it happened? That's awesome.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
So make sure you've got a camera. Make sure it's charged up. You know, if you go on group rides, just obviously concentrate on what you're doing. But if there's an awesome shot, if there's something you want to film, you want to be ready to rock and roll. So bring your cameras.
City Surfers just jumped in. What's up, Corey?
Craig, what's up, Scott? Hello.
I love it.
Dear. All right. So where are we at? So, one thing. Lip balm. If you are a supple-skinned individual from Australia, like myself and Craig, lip balm. It is so dry in Vegas. You might go, yeah, of course, it's the desert. There's 2 or 3 videos from my year 1 where it looks like I'm wearing a rouge lipstick. My lips are that dry. And they are just gently bleeding in the corner because they were crazily dry.
Yeah, I am a Melbourneite, and I get smashed with weather all the time. It is currently 33 or 34 degrees Celsius here at the moment, so it's like 90, 95 or something like that, I suppose. And I'm used to the heat, but in Vegas it is so dry. I think I went through 2 sticks of lip balm and I hate anything on my face. So it was just horrendous. So definitely sunscreen, lip balm, because you're going to get sunburn from the wind, and you're going to just dry it, and hydrate. Bottles of water. Take bottles of water from the hotel with you. Make sure you got thing. There'll be obviously bottles of water. Mike and Maddie and all the crew at Eboards do an awesome job with the snack stand but with water and stuff. But make sure you hydrate.
Bring cash for the snack stand. It means less fees for them. That's a really nice way to support them. Unintentionally, if you tap in.
And it was awesome. They basically was like $1 for a biscuit or a big cookie or something. So
I've asked them for lasagna this year, or maybe some mac cheese homemade. I'm sure they'll do it.
Roll out the silver service.
Yeah. All right, next tip. I want to share our next tip from Mo, Stooge Racing. This is a really good one, and it's a really important one. So I'm going to share that now. This is Mo.
Mo Stooge Race Boards. My top tip is that you can break your arm, you can break a rib, you can break a leg. But if you break your brain, it stays with you forever. It won't heal. It's a forever deal. No matter if you have a minor concussion or a lights out episode. Protect your brain, protect your cabeza. Skate helmets just don't have enough. They don't get it done. I have seen the best in the world get knocked out. I've seen the worst in the world get knocked out. And every time it is, they have a skate helmet on. Get yourself one of these and you're going to be good to go. That fucker won't focus for shit.
It's so American. I love it.
Perfect.
Focus for shit.
Perfect.
But such
But
an
the
important message.
Yeah, the message is real. I believe, and I believe that I'm not sure whether this is in the rules, but I'm pretty sure eboards are going to make everybody with a Twos Racing Pro pretty much wear a dot helmet this year.
Yeah,
I mean, the speeds are getting faster in those top levels. So even if they don't, I would probably be wearing a dot helmet now because the speeds are getting faster and everyone's going a lot harder. Protect yourself because Mo's message is perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely perfect.
And Drew can testify to a good helmet from last year. You know, our good friend Drew had a little bit of a spill, unfortunately, on the track, and his helmet, I think, I don't want to misquote anybody, but I'm pretty sure the people at the hospital said if he hadn't had that helmet on, he would have been in a lot more trouble than what he was.
He was wearing a good quality helmet. And I think the K6s that everyone's raving about at the moment are the go-to. Nice and light. They're one of the lightest helmets. They're not top priced, but they're obviously getting up there because I think they're full carbon fiber. So,
exactly. Right. Whilst we're talking about racing, we've got a couple of top tips for some races. So I'm going to share Jeff's. Is that all right with you?
Absolutely, go for it, man. You're in control.
So we're talking about racing right now. Yeah, Drew just saved my life. So there you go. He does speak a bit funny now, but he's pretty good. Here's Jeff's top tip for racing.
Hi all, I'm Jeff Cameron, an ESK8 racer from Perth, Australia, who races for the Electric Racing League. My number one tip for ESK8Con 2025 would of course be to avoid crashing and carry a spare remote in your pocket after I had a disastrous 2024 ESK8Con showing. Seriously though, having a few sets of different tyre options ready to hot swap on spare rims would have helped a lot. If I'd had a quick swap option available, it would have helped you qualify higher. The higher you qualify, the higher up the grid you start. Qualifying is extremely important. Good luck to everyone competing this year. Hope everyone kills it. Cheers.
The tyres and spare remote. I mean, a remote costs next to nothing for most of our boards. I'm not sure about the Stooge boards and the boards that these guys race. They seem to be pretty different. But a spare remote, like as he learned, he came all the way from Australia, effed his remote up, and unfortunately couldn't finish. So,
and I think that's a really good one. I mean, the luxury is Stooge will be there, so Mo will be at ESK8Con, which is awesome, and some of the other board companies will be there as well. So you've got some backup, and the luxury is get to know your community before you go, because some people will have stuff with them. And last year, the racers helping each other out was just amazing. So do that.
And that leads beautifully into Taz's.
This is Taz. My top tip for ESK8Con would be to bring a 120 volt charger or something compatible with 120 volts and don't get caught out like I did. Also, if you're racing, just make friends with the racers, enjoy it. You're all there because you love the sport, so get to know each other, have a bunch of fun, and wish I was with you. Enjoy.
And that is a hunk of a man. Do you see that muscle shirt?
Good looking lad.
Good looking fella. Aussie born and bred. But yeah, make friends with the race luck. And this is the thing we see every year. The friendship between it, and even they're going head to head. These guys are sharing tools, they're sharing wheel tire warmers, they're doing everything they can. It's not like it's not yet like Formula One where it's all top secret and you hate each other. These guys are all mates, they're all racing together. Yeah.
The camaraderie they all had was just brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Who wants a moustache ride?
I gotta put that up. Hang on. Show. Drew Elliott. Who wants a moustache ride? Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, cheers, Drew, for that. I'm so wound up in all the fun of this. I'm losing where we are.
I'm actually deleting the videos as we play them. How smart's that?
Are you?
Yeah. So if you go to the media assets, you'll see there's only a couple left because I've been deleting them.
You're doing a great job. One thing I've got to say, when you go to ESK8Con, do also remember to keep a little bit of spare time up your sleeve before or afterwards, because you are going to Vegas and it's a good place to have a look around, and the sightseeing is pretty spectacular. So do yourself a favor, because we've been for 2 years now and we've done minimal sightseeing for 2 years in a row.
We've done the zip line, we've done the sphere.
Yep.
And that's about it.
We turned right instead of going left out of the.
We turned left instead of right. Yeah. But yeah, 100%. Put some time aside. Jump on social media now and work out what you want to do. Like, look at the top 5 things, because there's hidden bars, there's secret bars, there's speakeasies, there's live music, there's a new thing called Cartzilla. It's a giant shopping cart, and for $80 you can go for an hour drive down the strip. I'm trying to convince the Wolfpack to do, because I think it'll be funny. Yeah. There you go. Mr. Black, Danny just said secret bars and high roller. I'm taking you to the strip this year. Yeah, so we're definitely going to the strip this year. And we're definitely doing our secret rooftop meet again on Wednesday night. The Wolfpack knows what I'm talking about. But 100%, put some time aside and put some money aside. You don't want to get over there and go, no, I can't do it because I'm short. Start saving now. Sell a kidney.
Sell a kidney.
take some foot photos if you need to. Get the cash so you can have a good time. Okay, yeah. Please, Danny, we fucked up last year. Yeah, we did, Drew. Who did say to turn left? Anyway, right, next one. Next top tip, I'm going to play from, I'm going to jump from Australia. I'm going to jump to Dina, because Dina's got a really nice top tip.
Hey guys, my name's Dina, and I'm riding for Team Stooge this year at ESK8. My top tip would be to get plenty of practice, whether it's at an interest speed or just your local parking lot. Everybody loves a crash video, but nobody wants to be in the crash video. So make sure you get all your falls and failures out of the way before ESK8 so that you're ready and primed on the track and you know what to expect. And also, don't get too drunk on Fremont Street the day before the race.
Yeah, we're all a little bit guilty of that, right?
Don't know what you're talking about.
2 points. That board behind Dina, is that your new WTF board? That's the new Stooge WTF, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I saw Mario has just smashed the timetables on the T-race with his one, which is 0-0.
Looking forward to that.
I'm wondering if I can get a feel on that. I'd love to have a bit of a crack, actually.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to have a little stand, a little bit of a play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So really good tip from Dina. Get some practice. Get to know your board. Get to know don't rock up and just go, oh yeah, I might. I mean, you can. If you're a novice and you just want to have it a crack, no worries. This year, I think there'll be less people who are unexperienced trying it, because there is the demo track. So people aren't going to feel like they have to get a race ticket to go on the track, because they know there's a demo track they can jump on and have a bit of fun and practice on some boards and that sort of thing. So
yeah, absolutely. I think practice makes perfect. And if you're not practicing to race, if you're going to be at one of those top levels, you need to be practicing as much as you can right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just remove this one really quickly. Delete. Okay. Right, now I'm going to go to Kieran. Now, Kieran sent in 2 top tips, and I really like both of them. So I'll probably play both of them, not back to back. The first one is a slight repeat, but it's still a really good top tip. So I want to hammer it home, because this is really important, and it's something that Craig and I are already talking about for our boards that we'll be riding over there, which are very generously getting sent from China to Vegas for us, which we'll talk about in a slightly different video. But here's Kieran from Meepo's first top tip.
Hello guys, Kieran from eboard. My top tip for ESK8 is to get a spare set of wheels, because sometimes your wheels will get a deflation and it's hard to repair.
So 100%, you don't want to be over there in Vegas. Again, make friends, because if you make friends, it's a lot easier to go and ask if you can borrow a tube. But make sure you got some tubes. Make sure you got some spare tubes. Make sure you got some spare tires. Make sure you got some spare belts. All those little things that can go wrong. If it's going to, it'll happen in Vegas. Wheel nuts. We've seen wheels fall off boards. Just pack a little go bag of belts, maybe USB-C cable, a little bit of Loctite. Just A, B, C, D.
And
keep it simple.
I'll be honest. Scott missed qualifying the first year over there because he actually had a punch-up literally 3 minutes before his qualifying time.
And then I fixed it, and then I was about to go again, and it went down again because I was stupid and didn't pull the metal spike out of the tire before I inflated it. I didn't even think to run my hand around the inside of the tire. reinflate it, straight down again.
In a hurry, trying to get out there to make his qualifying, and
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
these things do happen, and if you had a complete wheel, you could have just gone boom, boom, done, gone, and then back out on the track, and you were good to go. And then saying that there was a wheel lost at Red Rocks, and amazingly, everybody went down the bankment to find the parts, and we got it back up and running again 10 minutes later, and back on the trail. So these things do happen, and doesn't hurt to have a few little spares and a small toolkit, as well as a small first aid kit if you can bring it with you as well.
Yeah. Right. The next tip is another one from Australia. This is Dylan Bell, who is a crazy rider, racer, daredevil, stuntman, just an all-round nice guy, which is
genuinely nice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, Craig raves about him. So I've spoken to him a couple of times. I always see him online helping out with tips and so on. Here's his top tip for racing.
My name is Dylan, also known as He Was a Skater Boy. I'm a team rider for Radiant Performance. My top tip for racing at ESK8 is to be different. Experiment with your racing lines, experiment with your style, your stance, and also your setup. Peace.
It's a really good tip. It's like, you look at how Dylan rides, and Dylan's as successful as he is because he is different. He doesn't follow the norm. He doesn't follow the standard apex. You know, he comes into a corner a million miles an hour and then sits down on the tarmac and somehow goes around without falling off. So he's just commented saying he was so nervous. He's just commented saying he was so nervous filming his top tip. Mate, nothing to be nervous about, you know.
No, absolutely not, mate.
If us, these two idiots, can do a live stream, your video was just as good. So don't stress about that. And it's a legitimately good top tip. Like, go out in the car park and find your limits, but don't do it a week beforehand. You know, set up some cones and find your limits. Work on your apexes. You never know. You might have a skill that you never knew you had, as far as going down low and grabbing the rail and cutting in.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I think one of the things that Dylan probably is more qualified than anybody. The hours spent on board, Dylan spends. If he could escape through his lounge room, I reckon he would, rather than walking, because he just loves to be riding all the time, and he's such a good rider because the hours spent.
Spot on.
He just loves it.
A couple of the top tips. One Dina did touch on at the very end there, and I need to talk to because I have personal experience. The night before ESK8, don't party too hard. You know, set an alarm of what time you need to go to bed. I was going to bed early and then got corrupted by the evil Daniel Black. Is it Daniel? Is Daniel short for Danny? Or is it just Danny?
I know. I
wonder.
I don't know. We'll have to investigate
I
that.
don't want to say Mr. Black, so I'm blaming his dad. But got corrupted by the evil Mr. Black and his wife and Drew, and we ended up staying up till about 3 a.m. I think, or I was out till about 3 a.m. and missed the first half of ESK8 on day one. Rocked up and tried to film and couldn't even film. So yeah. I blame you. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
sure.
Let's not lay blame in any direction. Let's just agree that the American was at fault.
Danny, don't listen to him, mate. I went to wake him up one morning and walked into the deathly hallows of his room to a silent room, and it was like he said, "Come and wake me." I was, I'm out of here.
You know what? I heard you coming that morning. I was like, nah, and that's not. And you know what? That one was. It's not because I was up late. That is because I was up till 4 a.m. editing.
Yeah, I know.
I was just tired. Drew, they weren't fireball shots. They were fireball cups.
Buckets.
They were buckets. They were ridiculous how much they were. It was, when I saw that guy, first of all, the guy was like a character out of National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. I'm sure the vest he had on was from 1982. When he poured the first glass, I thought he was going to pour that glass and then use that one glass, then pour it in the other 6. You know, like that's the
poor James trying to get it down. It was.
Poor James doesn't like fireball, but he still did it to his credit.
He still did it. Yep.
I don't know if he kept it all down straight away. I think a little bit came up, but anyway. Right, top tips. Carrying on. Obviously, there's going to be raffles again this year. So when you enter, the last few years, you all get raffles when you come. Don't just chuck the raffles out. Go chuck them in to some prizes. You never know. There's always prizes to be won, and the people who do actually take the time. He emptied the bottle. Yeah, he did. It was ridiculous. The people who take the time to put the raffles in the boxes, they almost always win. So when you get your raffle tickets, put them in the box Kieran has got a really good top tip about raffles. I'll play it and then I'll explain what he says.
Hello guys, Kieran from eboard. My top tip is don't put your raffle ticket to a popular reward. It's not worth in mass. Go for some reward that is not so popular, not so many tickets in the box already.
So what he's saying is put your raffle ticket in the less popular prizes. If you want a high chance of winning something, everyone goes and puts their tickets in the board, the board ones or the Beyond Riders one or whatever it is this year. Pick out, like you, Craig, you really wanted that backpack in the first year, I think it was, and you got it, right? I mean, how much did you pay on, how many extra raffles did you buy?
I put 40 or 35 US into that box to try and get that bag. And the worst part, or the funny part was there was 4 other people's numbers got picked out first, but because they weren't there anymore, they'd gone home early. They kept going, and eventually I got it.
So another top tip: you've got to be there to win it. So if you're
gonna be there when they do the raffles to win them, both days.
Exactly.
Or 3 days.
Another top tip for ESK8Con. This is one that was really.
Can I just add before you jump into that? Can I add one more thing to the raffle?
No.
I'm gonna. If you're traveling and you're flying, don't put your name in for boards and stuff, because if you win a board, then you got to arrange it yourself to get it home. So remember, if you're flying, put your stuff in for raffles for stuff that you can actually put in your bag and get home. All right, move on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say another top tip is if you are, and this is something that was really this happened a lot last year. If you are in the market for a new skateboard, when you get to ESK8Con, go and find that company. Okay, go and find them and talk to whoever's running the booth, because they may have the board you want, and they'll be willing to sell it to you a lot cheaper at the end of the weekend as a used demo board,
rather than them flying home with them, transporting it.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. So if you live in the US, obviously this won't work for Australia. If you live in the US and you've got a way of shipping your board home, and you want to buy let's say a Ace Deck Horizon or a N3 or a Propel Endeavor or a X4R, whatever it is, a Meepo MLR. Go and get in early, because they will assign the boards to the people. So go find your favorite board, the one you've been thinking about, try it out, test it. If you like it, say, hey, can I buy this board at the end of ESK8Con? They will say yes, and they will take your money, and that's your board at the end of ESK8Con to take home. And you'll save a lot of money.
Drew just put, hang on, can I post this up? Where is it?
Yeah, same with me, Drew.
A guy bought the board from underneath my feet last year.
Yep, exactly the same happened to me. My N3, bought that N3, gone. Like, we had to walk back to the hotel, remember?
Yeah, that's right, we did too.
I think we walked. Did we walk, or were we going to drive?
No, we walked.
Oh,
we walked. We actually walked, yeah.
And after a week of e-skating, walking any distance is hard.
Of eating and drinking and relaxing and not actually using our legs to do anything other than skating. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. All right, I think we're almost at the end of it. We're very close to an hour, so that's really good. I want to be a little bit shorter. The last one, I guess this flows on from after ESK8Con. So what happens when ESK8Con finishes? Well, you go home, you go and tell everybody about it, but post lots of content. We want this to grow. We want it to be popular. Keep posting content. The first top tip from Yvonne saying, take your camera. Make sure you've got cameras. Make sure you've got photos. Share as much content as you can. Chuck it out there. Tag ESK8Con in it. Tag us in it. Tag the Wolfpack in it. I'm still seeing, like, as of like a few days ago, we're still seeing walking peasants. Yeah, I'm still seeing people post content now from 2023. So if you've got content, share it. Like, share it. Let people see how awesome it is. Obviously, if there's less desirable activities, don't share it. But at the event, people racing, people having fun. The group rides, share. Sleep. You will definitely need to sleep after ESK8Con. When you get home, really recharge your batteries. Throw away the X2 and get an X4. What's that about, Mr. Black?
Instant 360.
Oh, yeah, I bought an X4 yesterday. I went and got an X4. I actually bought one. And I'm still not that impressed. I guess I'm just not a 360 lover.
I've got an X2 and X3. I still don't mind my X2. The microphones actually keep a lot of the video, like wind noise down. So I actually don't mind my X2. The reality of it is we want the sport to grow. The only way it's going to actually grow is by basically sharing as much content as we can. We are the generation that is going to help this happen. And without us sharing and talking about it and doing more of these things, it's half the reason I started ESK8 Oz originally on the Facebook page was to encourage the community in Australia to get behind ESK8 and actually help grow it. And Scott and his, we're doing it together, and we need to keep growing the sport. So post videos, post photos, post the community stuff, because this is once a year. This is the biggest community of e-skaters get together for 3 days. Not a 1 day race meet, which is awesome. This is a 3-day race meeting of qualifying, meeting the vendors. It's a conference, an ESK8Con conference. That's what Mike and Jacob and eboard started it for, is a whole conference talking about ESK8Con or e-skating and all the businesses coming, seeing what they're doing, seeing the development, giving and I think the most important thing, Scott, is users of the equipment telling the companies what we like and what we don't like as well. Because without our voice, the companies can't make our gear better.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think it's really, really important. I mean, Mo from Stooge is continuously developing. Every year he develops more and more and more. He's trying new things. His boards are getting better and faster.
I feel like has he released 2 different boards in the last 3 months or something? Like the WTF,
the WTF and the other one, which is the off-road one.
What's that one? I saw a picture. What's that yellow one I saw yesterday? The V7 or the V6?
The V6, which I think is a variation of the WTF, I think. So, I mean, Meepo bringing out the MLR. I mean, again, if it wasn't for the community racing and doing this, they would not have probably bought it. But and Mad's going to be doing the same thing. Mad's going to bring out some more gear. The 125s are out, so if you haven't seen them and you're going to be there, check out Brian. Have a look at the wheels, because they're going to be all over the place. I know Cincy the E-Skate's going to be flogging them around and showing everyone. So there's some good gear.
I got the 125s arrived yesterday, and I thought it was, when I opened up the box, I thought first one I grabbed, I thought it was like a gimmicky 3D printer one. It was that big. I was like, holy shit, this is a big wheel. And it seems so much bigger than the 120 cloud wheels. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. When I first saw the SR 125s from Radiant Performance, same thing. It was like, these are massive. These are so big. How good is this? So I'm a bit excited to see my Radiant board, when it turns up soon, hopefully.
Hang on a second. Yeah, exactly.
All right. What else, Scott? Where are we at? We've shared all the
I think we're close to the end. I think we can open up. We've kind of lost half the audience. We've only got 6 people left watching now. So that's what were you asking? Yeah, it's fine. Bodie, come on, yeah. Sorry, Bodie was just barking at the door. Here's the new dog. I'll get Zoe to hold him up.
The new e-skater.
Yeah. There's Bodie. Bodie is a spoodle, so spaniel and poodle. Don't get too close.
Nice. Hopefully, hey Zoe. Hopefully, I get to catch up with them one day soon.
Yeah, you'll be staying afterwards, right?
Yes, I'm flying through Brisbane again, and rumor has it I might be staying in Brisbane for a couple of days on the way back round, but not for as long as I hoped, because I've got to get back to my kids, of course.
Boo.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Any top tips from the community before we end? Because we don't want to go on for too long. Any top tips from the community?
Not.
No. Top tips. Bring Buddy. Oh my god, that's Drew saying, oh my god. I know, it's so cute. He barks. He doesn't bark too much. He poos a lot.
I can't hear anything.
No, you can't hear anything. Any top tips before we go?
This dog in the
Canada
carrier.
mate with his dog and the carrier. Yes, that guy who comes from Canada with his dog and the carrier. What a cool chill dude. I hope he's back this year.
There is a couple of things that are going on in the background, so there might be some I don't know, notifications or some stuff coming up that some other things going on, or other people potentially coming to ESK8Con this year. I don't know. I'm only hearing rumors, but there's hopefully a couple of really interesting things going on that you can.
Are you talking about the stuff I shared with you the other night?
No, I'm not talking about anything, Scott. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, there is some other things going on, but
have you told them that does people know Casey's coming? Casey Neistat?
Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat's coming? No,
there are. I think I know what you're aiming at, and I won't say who, but there are a couple of big YouTubers coming.
Yep. We'll leave it at that. Oh, Casey Neistat's. What is this?
Casey's racing on his boosted X.
There's 2 rumors that go around at ESK8Con every year. One, Casey Neistat's coming, and now he's racing. And 2, my name's not Craig, it's Greg. And sometimes apparently I'm not in the Wolfpack, but only when you guys decide I'm not.
You're always in the Wolfpack. But there are a couple of big YouTubers coming that have never been before. And I think it'll be a really fun experience for everyone to meet them, hang out, and have a chat. So anyway,
now,
that is happening.
I'm going to say the one thing that nobody ever says. Most of the YouTubers in the Eastgate community are going. Yes. So if you do have a favorite Eastgate YouTuber that you do watch and you want to catch up with and you're going, reach out, say g'day to them, because I know Fred's always happy to say g'day. Drew, Thomas, myself.
Drew's a bit,
Yeah, Drew's a bit odd sometimes. James into the Eastgate. Everybody who's there, Electric DNA. I could keep going on for ages. Ryan, Jimmy,
the Kelly Eastgate show.
Yeah, the Kelly Eastgate show is going, and apparently they might be doing some live recordings on the day, or on the weekend. Nice. So that'd be cool too.
Nice. I'm going to start a black pack for the ones that get live from the wolf pack. That's... Danny Black, you're crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give one more tip for myself.
Please.
I think we should finish up. Rest, hydrate, and catch up on sleep before you go.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because I've been 2 years in a row, and by the time I'm jumping on that plane to come home, I don't know how many people have been able to sleep on the plane because I've been snoring from pretty much Las Vegas.
I can hear you from my seat.
They put me in the very last seat next to the toilet, and you can't even hear the toilet flush over my snoring. So no, but rest up, get your rest, because it's a big 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 days, depending how long you're going for, and you're going to need every ounce of energy. And I'm older, right? So I'm toast by the end of it. So yeah.
And you are racing this year in the senior class, aren't you?
I am in the senior class this year, and I have not been skating enough. So I'm going to make an absolute womp out of myself. But hey,
go get your practice.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to catching up with everyone. That's it for me.
I'll let you push the button to end the stream, because if we both do it, it might do something wrong. Thank you so much to everyone who watched. If you've got any other comments or questions or suggestions, shut them below as a comment, and Craig and I will both answer them. We've got a couple of live streams coming up with the Wolfpack, the whole Wolfpack. Myself, the whole crew. We will all be there officially as of Wednesday morning in Vegas. Craig and I will be there Tuesday night. So Tuesday night we've got a couple of things. We're going to go to maybe the Link Promenade and check out a couple of pubs and so on. But Wednesday morning we're there, so we will all be there on Wednesday on the group ride. If you've got any comments, questions personally for us, just message us on Instagram or on the Eastgate Oz page. That's it, right?
One last thing. If you haven't subscribed, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel Eastgate Oz. And for the Wolfpack, make sure you're subscribing, following the individual channels, because the Wolfpack live streams move around between the 4 channels. So Drew, myself, Scott, and Thomas, Eastgate Nomad. So make sure you subscribe to all 4 of them, because the live will be moving around between the channels regularly, and you don't want to miss it. And there'll be more coming hopefully from Eastgate Oz between now and then, as well as some unboxing and some other stuff. So
Jimmy just arrived, and I know he was in an important meeting just now, actually legitimately, but he's just arrived as we're leaving. So can we start from the beginning and just rattle through the top tips again?
Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it again. All right, Jimmy, just for you, mate. Everyone else can leave. Jimmy, here we go. Right, so 2 months out. No, I'm joking.
We are 50-something days out, and we'll be seeing everybody in Vegas very soon, and I'm so excited. My everyday monotonous business working life is coming to an end for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I'll be skating with all the people I care about, and I can't wait.
That's going to be awesome. All right, everybody.
Right. Till next time, stay upright, keep smiling. Craig Taylor and Scott out.
Bye. Skate safe, wear a helmet, like, subscribe. Scott D discount code. How much more can I get said? Oh my God. What else do I